Holy hole in a donut.
Or maybe a bit more like Bert and Ernie.
Hey, Bert.
This is Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital. Welcome to the show, Luke.
Thank you very much for welcoming me, Lewis, to my own show that I'm a part of.
Well, yeah, you should welcome me back.
Welcome also to the show, Lewis.
I feel very welcomed. And to the listeners, you also get a welcome. We've got a good show planned for you guys today. I understand that your girlfriend Emily has been just throwing down the knowledge.
Oh, she's always dropping pearls of wisdom. So Emily's pearls of wisdom will be coming up later in the show. She's had some great thoughts recently, which I could not spare. I just needed to share that to a nation.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Also, my cousin had an incredibly expensive wedding. So
it was lavish.
Yeah, incredibly lavish. So we're going to be looking at that. And I accidentally ran 5K yesterday.
Which I still don't know how. You got tricked into running yesterday, which I still don't know how that happened. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, so we're both as exhausted as each other today. You walked 30 kilometres and I accidentally ran 5K.
I put up all right.
All right, that and more coming up after this. Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Luke, have you ever been to a wedding before?
No, I haven't.
Really? You've never been to one?
Yeah, I don't have many friends, apparently. No, I just don't have any friends who are at that stage of their life.
Yeah.
Because even my cousins are, similar age to me. They're probably getting there soon, maybe. But
yeah, I've been to one wedding, and then I've seen some of my old high school friends. I've seen one high school friend get married and have a baby, and it scared me. I was like, oh no, what is he doing?
Yeah.
But my cousin got married recently, and unfortunately I couldn't make it to the wedding because I was doing a show. But I found out that it was one of the most ridiculous weddings. It was one of those weddings, like just really expensive.
Just extravagant.
Yeah.
They've put in half their life savings. What are you supposed to put into the wedding? I'm not sure how much a wedding is even supposed to cost.
I looked up the average cost of a wedding, and even the average cost to me sounds really expensive. $20,000.
That's average.
That's the average wedding cost. I mean, what are you doing? You go to a park, set up 10 chairs and kiss each other? Where's the 20 grand going?
It's very evident you've never been to a wedding also.
That's the one that I've got planned. But I found out...
Can't wait. Can I be your best man? I'll set up by the barbecue.
I'll give you $2. You can wear shorts if you want. Now, I found out my cousin spent $60,000 on just flowers.
What type of flowers?
Gold ones. I don't know.
Gold-plated flowers.
I've got no idea. I mean, those flowers were probably going to last longer than the marriage. If they're 60 grand,
yeah.
I mean, you're going to be in debt, and then you're stuck with dead flowers.
Being in debt, and you're struggling to explain why, and you're like, oh yeah, you've got a bunch of stems in the room, just broken petals.
Why. That's the only thing left. My cousin's going to hate hearing this. I haven't even met her husband, but apparently, spending heaps of money and on weddings is a fairly common thing. Like I read recently. Beck and Chris Judd, I assume Chris Judd is a footballer. Am I correct?
He's an AFL football player, plays for Carlton.
Nailed it.
Brownlow medalist. So.
We're in the Triple M offices. Everyone just turned their heads. Oi, does he not know he's a footy player? But I found out Beck Judd actually just went on radio and said that they are still paying off their lavish Melbourne wedding, which was 7 years ago.
They're still paying it off.
Still paying it off.
Do they also buy the gold-plated flowers? Mate, whoever's running this business, that's a gold mine of a business.
Oh, yeah, weddings are
they must own a gold mine to mine the flowers.
No, I actually looked up their wedding, and this is whenever anything is described as a premier anything, a premier service of any kind, this is how you know it's going to be ridiculously expensive. Their event was styled by premier event designers, The Style Co. Okay, there's your problem already there. You just want to get lots of different people to help out. You don't need one person.
Just get a guy called Jim, come in there and go, maybe shut these curtains, pull down that blind. Great, we're great to go.
Yeah, you want Jim's pretty good weddings. So I found she's talking about this because she wants to do the whole wedding again to renew their vows for 10 years, and he's refusing to because they still haven't paid off the first one.
Hey, baby, do you want to put us in more debt? He's like, what's...
like, mate, I'm going to have to start playing footy again.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, but I looked it up, and the reason why she wants to do a 10-year wedding anniversary is because she got married while she was pregnant, and obviously so she couldn't drink. And I've got a quote from Beck here. I reckon for my 10-year wedding anniversary, we do it all again, the whole lot. I want to have fun and drink at my wedding and be hungover and not remember it. Mate, you don't have to spend $80,000 on a hangover.
Yeah, and then 7...
Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Luke, you have a bit of a story to tell.
Yeah, my mates, he will remain nameless just because he wasn't a fan of what I'm about to tell.
I thought he was just never given a name. He will forever remain nameless.
20 years ago, his parents said, no, he will have no name. And he's just, he's more of a concept than a person.
Okay.
Anyway, so... So my mate received a gift a couple of months ago. Have you heard about those new 7-Eleven released Slurpee gift vouchers?
Why?
So they're not 7-Eleven gift vouchers. I can't stress this enough. They are just for Slurpee. So you can only redeem them for frozen ice.
That sucks.
So he received one near his birthday. I think it was for his birthday.
I've never heard of such a specific gift voucher.
Yeah.
Like that's like getting a Maya gift card, but you can only spend it on like one brand of socks.
Yeah, and he got it for his birthday. Just like, hey, happy birthday, mate.
Birthday?
Yeah, here's a brain freeze and diabetes. Spend it wisely.
But does he like Slurpees?
No, but not more than the next guy. Like, he's had them, enjoys them.
You know what gets me about that? Slurpees I never go, you know what? I'm going to go and get a Slurpee.
Yeah.
Like, Slurpee is an on a whim purchase, maybe
It's
on a
like
hot day.
when you're getting fuel. Oh, I could go a light refreshment.
Yeah, but now he has a gift card for only Slurpees.
$30.
$30?
And they're $1 now, aren't they? So it's 30 Slurpees, which is too much sugar.
That's the worst gift I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Guys, button pusher Michael here, if I may interject. I actually legitimately bought my friend one of these, a $30.
What?
Because
You bought one?
He really likes
As a joke?
Slurpees. No, not as a joke, like a legitimate gift, and he loved it.
And
Because like you said, that's 30 free Slurpees. And like, why not? If you like, he really likes Slurpees. It's like his water. He really enjoys it. And so I thought it was a really thoughtful gift.
And was he happy with this gift?
Yes.
What?
I would never talk to you
Like, he's
again,
not gonna-
Michael. I'm considering banning you from the show because you got someone else's Slurpee voucher.
Should I just turn my mic off now?
Yeah, get off the show, Michael. Get out of here, you Slurpee
But-
gift voucher buyer.
Speaking of terrible gifts, this same mate a few years ago received a Bible from his grandma for Christmas. He's not religious.
This guy's got the worst luck. I mean, they should have just given him a name.
I would never unwrap anything if I was him.
Yeah.
If someone gave me something, I'd be like, don't want it, don't care.
Dude, a book is like, that's a risky gift. That could be bad. Like, some people just don't like reading in general.
I didn't even know if he can read.
The Bible is incredibly specific. And anyway, you can get the Bible for free. Like, how does he know that she actually bought it? You can just go online and literally get a Bible delivered to you for free because there are organizations that just send out Bibles like they're Slurpee vouchers. Yesterday, after the show, I accidentally ran 5K.
How did you accidentally, what do you mean you accidentally? Did you find yourself 3 kilometers in and go, what am I doing? Did you just black out for 3 kilometers? What happened?
Well, as you know, I'm training hard to beat you in this race at the end of the month. I'm allowed to train every day. You're not allowed to train at all. And at the end of our show, our producer, Maddie, came in while we were planning today, and she said, oh, hey, Lewis, do you want to go for a quick run? I'm like, I'm all about quick runs. Let's get fit together, me and Maddie. So we went to Albert Park. I had never run that park. I've never been there. I had no idea how big it was. So we start running around the running track, and I quickly realized that I'm a lot fitter than Maddie, or a lot longer. Maybe my stride's just longer. So I started to leave Maddie behind, and then she texted me. She said, I'll race you back to the studio. So I was like, okay, you're on. So I start running around the track, and then I get halfway, and she texts me that she turned around and just went home.
Right. Well, see, I didn't realize, you'd been gone for a while at this point, and then Maddie returned to her desk, and just as she returned to her desk, I knew something was up, and I you called me, and just as you called me, I managed to start recording quickly, because I was like, why is Maddie back? Lewis isn't. Then you called me, so I just started recording, and this was our phone call. Wait, did she leave you?
She's left me.
Yeah, she's back at her desk. She just walked in right then.
She said she'd race me around Albert Park. So I started running, and then I was smashing her. And then she turned around and went home. And I'm stuck finishing this thing, because if I stop running, I'm going to be late for my gig tonight.
You sound like you're about to cry.
I was running while I was on the
phone. Were you upset or puffed or both?
I was just exhausted because I didn't know that Albert Park was 5 kilometres. I'm like, oh yeah, a park, a lake. It's not going to be that big.
It's a pretty big lake.
Well, I just didn't. I was running alongside the lake and I just didn't look to my right.
You got tricked into doing exercise.
That's like a marathon, is it? 5K?
45 or 42 is a marathon. Close. Just 1/8 of the, yes.
Well, it felt like a marathon to me. So, yeah, and I only found out that she had lied to me when I got halfway around the track. So I just had to complete it. And I couldn't walk back because I had a show that night.
Yeah.
I had to run the rest of the thing.
You were gone for about an hour.
I just went from nothing, no stretching, no training, to just
honestly,
running 5K as fast as I could.
I'm feeling very confident at this point with our race, because if you have to be accidentally tricked into running, into training, then I've got this in the bag. You need to start purposely and intentionally going for runs soon.
Okay. Or I could just enlist Maddie as my accidental personal trainer, and if she keeps tricking me every day for the month, I'll be fighting fit.
Rock up to the gym like, oh, she got me again.
Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Sticking with our lunch theme, Luke, let's talk about McDonald's.
Again.
Yes.
We often stick with a lunch theme on this show. Actually, I quite enjoy it.
I think it's because while we're thinking about food, we have to record this show. That's all we can think about because we're not allowed to eat. So, did you ever get around Create Your Taste at McDonald's?
So, the program where you could come in and select exactly what ingredients you want on your burger. Is that what...
Well, I think that's what the name implies, isn't it? Create Your Taste.
Yeah, I was just explaining it for people who may not be familiar with this promotion.
Okay, Create Your Taste? Or
I don't get around it.
No, you didn't? Really?
No.
I loved it. That was my favourite thing about McDonald's for a long time.
If you want to... Okay... You know what other franchises have Create Your Own Taste? Coles. Like, why are we going to Macca's to make your own burger? If you want to make your own burger, go to Woolies or a supermarket.
No, well, Create Your Taste was like a huge initiative by McDonald's Australia. Like, they restructured pretty much their whole business around this thing. They brought in automatic self-serve checkout things so you could build it without talking to anyone. So already, that's one of my favorite things about McDonald's is I don't have to talk to anyone who works at McDonald's.
Yeah, you don't have to talk to some snotty 15-year-old kid getting underpaid.
Exactly. Yeah. And you could use the machines and you could get exactly what you wanted. Honestly, when Create Your Taste was running, I would go to Macca's probably about once a week.
Wow, that's too much. I think you're the only one who got around this.
I nailed
promotion.
the burger.
Yeah, what was your Create Your Own Taste? Because you know what? To enjoy Create Your Own Taste, you need to be a person who knows what they want.
Yep.
I'm quite indecisive, and I honestly tried it once, and I just got so overwhelmed with the amount of options, I just gave up and got a Big Mac. I was like, too many options, too many things.
Yeah, I think that's what most people did. Like, I would go in and I would get exactly what I wanted. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But most people, I think a lot of people just enjoy having a standard set of options. And like, I think the thing is, you don't want to think when you go to McDonald's.
Yeah, I don't go there to do Sudokus. I don't, let alone think about what I want for lunch. I just look at the board and yeah, it's mindless. You're like, oh, Big Mac, thanks.
Yeah, that's all you want.
Make it a large because I'm hungry. Like
that's the most amount of choice you want is the size.
Yeah.
But
that's why it didn't work out. That's why they've scrapped Create Your Own Taste. So it's completely gone now?
Yeah, it's not there, but the signage is still up. The self-serve checkouts are still there, so it just seems like they wasted heaps of money on this thing and it didn't work out. But they're trying something else that I would assume nobody wants.
What?
The McVegan Burger.
Oh, is that just a box full of air and broccoli?
Yeah, so McDonald's are again caving to outside input. Like people who would never go to McDonald's yelling at them. They're like, oh, we'll add something. Like they did that with salads when healthy people were like, oh, you need to add healthy options. McDonald's should have just said, no, we don't. We're McDonald's.
You don't need a salad.
Yeah.
Who's going to McDonald's for a salad?
I don't know, but apparently, and now they're doing it with they're trying to appeal to the vegan market, which I just don't really understand. Like, to the vegan community, how about leave Macca's alone, stay at home and get yourself a Mc whatever else you want. Just stay at home. Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital.
Just like that time when it got weird between Mulder and Scully.
You can't quit now, Scully.
I can, Mulder.
This is Luke and Lewis on Triple M Modern Digital.
You know what this reminds me of, this show? Do you remember that time when it got weird between Mulder and Scully?
This is exactly like that time.
It's exactly the
I
same.
mean, I haven't seen the time because the show was on before I was born, but if I had of, I'm sure this was exactly what happened on the X-Files.
This entire
Wait, is that
daily 40-minute radio show is exactly like that one scene from that one show in the 90s that we haven't seen.
Is it X-Files?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We had to Google it.
Must have been a long scene.
So, Lewis, I've been looking forward to doing this whole show.
Yes.
I think it's going to quickly become one of my favourite segments.
And someone's least favourite.
Someone's least favourite. I'm not sure if Emily will be impressed, but...
That's your girlfriend.
Yeah, so this segment is about my girlfriend, Emily. You know my girlfriend, Emily?
Yes, yeah, she's a lovely girl. You know, what strikes me about her is I really like her. And as we all know, you're one of the most basic humans on planet Earth. And somehow, miraculously, you've managed to partner up with the other most basic person on the planet. And you've just created the most boring, bland relationship of all time.
I don't know how
and
I found
it works.
I'm
proud of you, man.
Thank you. It was
not
like
even a diss.
It was like a needle in a very bland haystack. I don't know. Haystack. Imagine one stick of hay. Hay doesn't come in sticks. Just said the word wrong.
We're off to a great start, ladies and gentlemen. Luke proving his knowledge of hay.
Yeah, I'm about
content.
I'm about to start trashing Emily. Like, oh, look at all the dumb things she says. Hey, stick. So yeah, I wanted to bring this segment to the show. Michael, hit the intro. Emily's Pearls of Wisdom. This is Emily's Pearls of Wisdom. Wisdom. So, occasionally she'll come out with stuff that's not dumb, but also not intelligent. Her thought process is definitely intriguing sometimes.
It's the kind of... It's like those people where they're not dumb, but every now and then they'll say something that just fascinates you.
It just baffles me every single time. And this will be like, we'll be in silence for a couple of minutes, and she'll be like, hey, Luke, and then whatever comes next is always just, wow. Yeah. I can't believe your brain went there.
Looking forward to this.
This one is about kind of like, it's about, she was thinking about maybe... people naming their kids. So this is one that's more advice, a pearl of wisdom about if you're thinking of naming your kid, maybe listen up. Yep. So, oi Luke, imagine if you named your kid after a Zupa Duper flavour. now, for those who don't know, Zupa Dupers are the Icy Pole. Is an Icy Pole company.
What are the flavours called? Like grape?
No, so like imagine you naming your kid like Space Lime. Or Cola Cosmos, or something like that.
Oi, Space Lime, clean your room!
Yeah, there's the other ones like Strawberry. I'm like, okay. And then she said that, I'm like, no, let's not imagine people naming their kid after
very
a
unnecessary.
The other one was, this one was about, if anyone's looking for tips of how to plan music at a party coming up, don't worry, Emily's got ya.
Okay.
Hey Luke, I wasn't sure what music to use for my 21st, but then I googled songs white people get cranked to, and now I'm set.
The most basic woman on the planet. It's great.
Yeah, every day.
Perfect.
It's a gold mine.
All right, so that's Emily's Pearls of Wisdom.
The other day, she felt sympathy for a cookie. This isn't a pearl of wisdom, but
What do you mean?
So there was one cookie. There was 2 cookies left in a jar. I think she was a bit tired, maybe a bit emotional when she got home.
Yeah,
and she ate one cookie, and then she went to go for. She went to walk away, and then she looked back at the singular cookie that was left in the jar, and then went, "Oh, I can't just leave it there by itself. And then went back and ate the second cookie because she felt bad for leaving it by itself in the jar. She got emotionally invested in a cookie.
That's absolutely incredible.
Well done, Emily.
Well
Keep
done,
bringing
Emily.
this type of gold to our show.
Luke, as you would know, I'm currently living in a war zone.
Yeah. Yeah, because your neighbourhood is a bit, no one really seems happy with each other in your street.
No.
No one gets along.
No one does. Currently, my neighbour to the left of us is in a massive parking dispute. She doesn't like anyone parking in front of her house, even though she built a driveway and has decided not to use it.
Just so she can stop other people from parking there, so she puts her own car there. It's petty behaviour,
Yeah.
and it's a very hostile environment that you're around.
But, Luke, as you know, no one can out-petty my mother.
Oh, your mum will go above and beyond to get back at these petty neighbour disputes by doing something way pettier.
Oh, absolutely.
And has she done it again?
She's outdone herself, Luke.
Yeah, go.
She's outdone herself. Okay, so this is not my neighbour. This is a bit of an extended. This is a long-range warfare. So this is this is about 3 doors down.
She's not going for the immediate neighbour.
You know, actually, I was thinking about this. I thought that everyone was against us. I just think now my mum's the problem and she's against everyone else.
You were like, everyone in my street's so mean. No, wait, I live with the,
Yeah, I mean, that's where I get it from.
Yeah.
So our, I don't even know what to call them. Our neighbours, they're on our street,
Yeah.
okay? 3 doors down, they're massive
Barely
hippies.
your neighbours, really.
No, they're just people that we see every now and then. They're massive hippies. They homeschool their children.
Yeah.
They have they draw chalk all over the street, just around their house, arrows and
That's
things.
just vandalism.
Well, it's like what else are you going to do with your kids at lunchtime? With their homeschool, just take them out with the chalk. Here's some chalk. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I don't know. Play soccer.
Yeah, their entire garden is overgrown. Like they grow their own food. They're full on hippies. They were on a current affair recently because they wouldn't let the gas company changed the gas meter from like a physical one to an electric one because they were worried about radiation giving them cancer.
What? But have they done it to everyone else in the street?
Yeah, like it's you
And
have
you're
to do
fine?
it. And yeah, we're fine. I don't have cancer. I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah. Right.
They've built like a big wooden lockbox around their gas meter.
So they can't get to it.
Yeah.
Gee, that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're full on off the grid hippies.
And has your mum done something about this? Or
Yeah, so they had a rooster because you know they needed chickens and stuff.
yeah,
'cause
they need a. Well, obviously don't own an alarm clock, so they've got to.
Yeah,
got to wake up
exactly.
somehow.
Yeah. So they have a rooster and it was waking up the entire neighborhood and nobody really likes these people because they're so weird and the rooster is so disruptive.
And you think I live in the country? Not even my neighbours have roosters.
Mate, you live down the road. We established that yesterday. So what's happened is recently there was a neighborhood barbecue that all of the surrounding houses were invited to, except the hippies on the corner and the parking nut.
Yeah, like no one wants your veggie burgers. Stay home. All right.
Exactly. However, we also did not want to go to this party. So Mum got the invitation, okay, and she took the invitation and put it in the hippies' letterbox.
So then they turn up uninvited.
And they turned up to the party uninvited and stayed there the whole time.
How do you know you weren't there?
I wasn't there. I heard about it because everyone was so angry.
Is their company just that bad? Did they bring their rooster or something?
I don't know.
Why
They just showed up and ruined it, and then they got really angry because they didn't understand why everyone was so hostile to them at a party that they thought they were invited to. Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital.
Now, Lewis, have you heard about what Vegemite have done?
Mate, I'm all over Vegemite related news. You know me. I've got a passion for the mite.
You got a mighty good passion. Vegemite have come out with a new type of Vegemite again. They've tried this before and it's failed. They went with Ice Snack 2.0, you might remember a few years ago.
Yeah, which was just the worst decision I've ever seen anyone make. Because I remember, do you remember when they were trying to decide on the new name for that? They opened it up to people and there were some banger names in there. and they went with Ice Snack 2.0, and 99% of everyone hated it except for maybe the guy who came up with it.
Because grammatically, Ice Snack 2.0 is just incorrect. It starts with a lowercase I, then it went with a capital S, and then they put a weird decimal point. Just call it Ice Snack 2. If it's not point like 1 or 0.3, what's the point of having 2.0? That just rounds out to 2.
Also, there was never an Ice Snack 1. So that's just unnecessary.
Vegemite 2.0.
Or just not that.
Yeah, or just not make
Cheesy Mite. Perfect.
Was that?
I just nailed. That's what they changed it to. That's what it is now. That's what it should have been.
Oh, wait, is this still a product?
Yeah, it's
Who's
still a
buying
thing.
That?
I don't know.
Anyway, they've come out with a new one. It's a brand new gourmet upper class Vegemite. So in case you wanted, if you wanted a fancy version of Vegemite, I think it's called Vegemite Blend 17.
Again, why 17?
Yeah.
I haven't seen 1 through 16 yet.
No, and until then, do not release Vegemite Blend 17 on us, because now all I want to do now is try the original blend. You know what this means? This means they've tried this behind the scenes 16 times and it's failed, and now they've gone. Now they think they've got it good enough for public consumption.
No, you know what they've done? They've just messed up 17 times. They've run out of production budget, and then they went, we'll just put everything we made into a fancy jar and call it premium. And then everyone who buys it will be like, it's $7. Yeah. It's an acquired taste.
It costs $7 as opposed to $3 for regular Vegemite.
It's ridiculous.
That's double the cost.
And they've said that it's a limited edition, right? So limited edition, you would think 1,000 maybe.
Yeah.
No. So they're making 450,000 jars.
Yeah, so you don't even have to try. If you want one of these, don't rush out to the supermarkets. Wait, okay?
It'll be there next week.
Wait till it's on sale, because no one's going to buy it anyway. And then go out and buy it.
I've actually got a quote from an article that I read about this, okay? Listen to this. Made in Port Melbourne. That sounds fancy, doesn't it? Port Melbourne. At the Vegemite factory. So they've just made it in the same place that they do. They just put Port Melbourne on the jar. That's where it all gets made.
Yeah, they've just and other things that people have tried to make better or premium failed. It's happened before in the food industry. Shapes did it a while back. They came out with those new shapes. Disgraceful.
Tanked their own business.
Yeah. Another one, Tim Tams. Tim Tams try and make different variations all the time.
No, and
Just
they never work.
Classic. Stick with the classics, Vegemite.
Yeah.
All right? Stop going for this premium stuff.
But you say stick with the classics, but this is what they've done. This is the other quote in the article that stuck out to me. Okay, listen to this, Luke. The spread has no difference to the original spread, but according to a spokesperson, the way the product has been blended is why it's different. So it's the same ingredients. Maybe they just mix the spoon in the other direction.
They blended it 17 more times.
Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital.
Lewis, we're both very fascinated with Japanese culture,
Love
aren't
it.
we? Behind the scenes of this radio show, there's always been lots of discussions about just they just do odd stuff that no one else is doing.
Yeah, it's strange. Like, and you know what it is? They have stuff that is so deeply ingrained in their culture. Like, you'll read about something and you go, oh, that's a weird thing that one person did. And then you'll realize, like, there's an entire, like, millions of people like, oh, yeah, that's that thing. Yeah, I do that every Sunday.
Yeah, people. And, like, if you just watch their game shows and stuff, you'll be like, oh, these people are... Like, they do fun stuff, like really fun stuff, but also some just really strange stuff. We're like, hey, maybe reconsider that.
Yeah.
So what we thought we'd do is, because we're always constantly trying to find like weird things and show each other, oh, Japan does this now.
Yeah.
So we've decided to settle this once and for all. Who can find the weirdest thing that Japan does? And I'll start, okay?
Yeah,
so
Michael, he's going to be our judge, and at the end of this, you're going to tell us what the weirdest thing is, all right?
All right, I look forward to it.
Okay. So the first
a regular freak behind the buttons.
So the first thing I found was egg and underwear vending machine.
Wait, so do you get eggs or underwear, or do you get eggs in your underwear?
Like top level eggs, bottom level underwear, because obviously those are the two main things. You're walking down the street, oh no, haven't bought eggs. Also, should probably pick up some underwear.
Wouldn't the underwear smell like eggs?
Yeah.
How do you vend an egg without breaking it?
I'd be more worried about the eggs smelling like underwear.
That's true. I got one. A nice muskmelon can sell for $300.
That's not that weird.
It's pretty weird. It's pretty expensive melon.
I've actually found something like truly bizarre, and you're like, expensive melons.
Oh, who's paying that much for melons?
Dad.
Not me.
Yeah. You're a budget fruit shopper.
Absolutely.
You like some cheap produce.
All right, well, show me something weird then.
All right, they have a toilet museum. A museum dedicated for the history of starting right in 19...
That's not weird. That's really interesting.
Really?
I would love to go to that. Don't you think that's interesting?
The first ever
Dude,
heated...
melons is way weirder than toilets.
the first heated modern heated toilet seat, 1914.
Fascinating.
But still weird. I'm not going to pay to know that. I've just Googled that for free. I wouldn't go to a museum for a day. Oh, honey, get the kids in the car.
All right. Well, I've got one. The first Sonia, or Sleep Together shop, opened last year in Tokyo, allowing male customers to sleep next to a girl. Sexual requests are not allowed.
Oh, so it's purely just sleep-based.
Yeah, and I think that's weird because how much can the girls sleep? Like,
well,
if you're on for an 8-hour shift, do you sleep? Like, do you just
sleep
wake
as
up?
well.
Do you just have a really bad interrupted sleep? Like, do you book 2 hours with the girl, have a 2-hour nap, and then the next client comes through?
I don't know. You're telling me. I don't know anything about this. That sounds weird. I think you're winning with that, actually. That's really weird.
That is super
Yeah.
strange. All right, what do you got?
The last one I had was Braille on beer cans. So if you're blind drunk, you can actually you can still open the next beer. You're like, oh, what am I going to get? A Carlton or a VB? Obviously, they are a sake or a I don't know what, or a Tokyo
VB
bitter.
in
I don't
Japan,
know.
mate.
Tokyo bitter. I don't know what they
That's
drink.
not weird. That's just a service for the disabled. That's not a weird fact. You just wanted to tell a lame joke.
Yeah. Busted.
All right, my last one is kancho. It's a common prank often carried out in Japanese playgrounds. It's performed by an individual clasping their hands together into the shape of a gun.
Like a finger gun.
Yeah, and then poking a passerby in the butt while shouting, kancho!
And do you do that to strangers?
Yeah.
And then they turn around and go, ha,
Yeah.
just been conchoed.
I've got a photo.
Like, what do you do?
I got a photo of a statue of two Japanese schoolboys doing this to each other. Well, one doing it to the other. So one looks like he's dropped his books,
Are
and
you
then
sure
he
you
just
should
gets,
be looking-
Kancho!
Are you sure you should be looking at that website at work?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's a statue in Japan. That's work-safe stuff.
Michael, who's got the weirdest one, do you reckon?
I think Lewis was definitely onto something with the melons.
But,
However, I think the eggs and underwear thing was the best.
That's ridiculous.
There you
I
go.
thought I won there. You just really hurt my feelings there, Michael.
All right, I will
That's right.
buy
You
you.
got a point.
I was about to say I'll buy you an expensive melon for you being the winner, but I won't. It's $300. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is too much for a melon. Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Before we go, we just wanted to give a quick little update on Luke, everyone's been asking how Luke's feeling today after walking 6 hours.
6 hours, 29 kilometres yesterday, walked to work just down the road. And yeah, just to prove that I live around the corner, successfully made it.
Yeah.
I was late, but successfully
Well,
made
look,
it.
I don't know why people are worried. I mean, the only reason you were late is because you went to the pub. I mean, it's an easy mistake to make. You just live down the road. I don't
Yeah.
know why everyone was stressing about you. It's
Yeah.
just a short walk.
But to answer people's questions, I didn't pull up that sore. We
You did
walked
surprise me.
back to the city from the radio station last night.
Yeah.
He's like, you're like, oh, do you want to catch the tram? I'm like, no, just walk.
Yeah,
Already walked.
he didn't have enough.
No, what's another 2 kilometres? Yeah, no, it was fine. Pulled up, like, you said you were having trouble, just walking after your one run and 600 metres.
Yeah.
Harden up, all right?
Well, I did 5K yesterday by surprise,
Yeah.
and I feel great.
Oh,
I
that's
think,
good.
you know what? At the end of this month, we're going to be some of the fittest people at Triple
Yeah.
M,
Yeah.
including the footy players.
Yeah. Chris Judd's going to come in and he's going to, stressed about paying off his wedding. And we're going to be like just running past him in the hallway.
He won't be able to catch us. He'll
No.
be too busy dragging his big ball and chain of debt.
Yeah.
That's the end of the show, guys. Tune in, check us out on Facebook and on YouTube and on the podcast if you missed any of the show. That was Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. See you tomorrow.